Okay, so we're going to do a quick warm-up for before any sports or running or anything like that today. Okay, so first we're going to start with some simple squats, really focusing your energy and your attention into those glutes, squeezing all the way through from the bottom to the top. Alright, now we're going to do some lunges. Really getting long and deep into these lunges so that we're focusing on two aspects, both the lengthening through the hip flexor at the front there and the engagement and the activation of the glutes, the quads and the hamstring at the front. Really put your focus, your energy and your attention into those muscles at the front as you start to activate and engage them, as well as focusing in the length through the hips there, keeping hips nice and square and straight to the front. And other side, same thing, make sure you're squaring out the foot, the knee, making sure it's nice and straight. Press your big toe into the ground so that you've got nice stability through the base of your foot and you're not leaning one way or the other into your ankles. Okay? Make that lunge nice and long, square those hips, and let's go. Nice and deep. Activating through the glutes, the quads, and the hamstrings, and lengthening through that hip flexor at the front there. Okay. Pressing that big toe into the ground, keeping that stability from the base of the foot, the alignment all the way up through the knee into the hips. Whoop. I dislocated this hip a while ago, so this one's always a little bit worse than the other one for my stability and alignment. Okay, whoa, shake it out. Nice and warmed up through those legs. Okay, now we're going to go to some side lunges. Get those activated and lengthened through the adductors. And the external hip rotators. So that if we're pivoting, turning, while we're sporting it up, we've got that stability and flexibility through the hips there. Yeah. Nice and warmed up. Oh yeah. Alright, now let's get into the abs. So we're going to lift our knees up. At the same time, we're going to come into a little bit of a crunch, rounding out the back of the spine there. So normally we would have extension, lordosis through the spine there. We want to make sure as we're doing this, we're getting some flexion into that spine. So we're not increasing the tension in here by lifting back like this. We're releasing the tension in there and activating the abs so that our spine is supported from the front of our body and flexible in the back of our body while we're running around and jumping throughout our sport. Really focusing our attention and our focus into our abs, turning those on, switching those on. Quick little lift there, just to reverse that hip flex attention again. Okay, now particularly if we're doing netball or any sports that have run, jump, turn. Martial arts looked like I was throwing a punch then. Anything that has that pass, puts a lot of pressure in our thoracic spine here. Just going to kick this mat to the side. So we really want to get that thoracic spine warmed up with these washing machine twisters. Really focusing on engaging the side of the back that we're turning into as we pull ourselves across, and lengthening the side of the back that's coming away. Keeping nice and strong, but getting as long as we can in that turn. All right, quick arm rotations. Upper arm. I'm not counting any of these, by the way. I'm just going by feel in my body. So this is how much feels good for me to do. If you want to do more or less for your warm-up, absolutely go with what your body feels. Everyone's at different stages, but I feel that this is a pretty good average standard amount for each exercise, each rotation. That's a very quick warm-up. All right. Oh yeah, now I'm ready to press on the spot. And in the next video, we'll do the cool down for afterwards.